Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here and rewriting the narrative. When I hear about these three words, I think about my life so far has always been about rewriting the narratives. So my journey started from Hyderabad. I'm born and brought up in Hyderabad, and I'm born in a very typical Marwadi family. And if you know about Marwadis, we are very fond of food, and we don't count calories. We eat as much as gulab jamun as we want, and my life was all about that. I actually wanted to do fashion designing, but I was not allowed to do it because I didn't have any of my cousins or any relatives who was doing it. So I ended up doing commerce. Also because commerce was very easy as in subject, so I thought सबसे easy वाला subject उठा लेते हैं. So this is my family picture. If you see, I belong from a very typical Marwadi background, like I said, and I didn't know what to do exactly in my life. So I started by joining SpiceJet Airlines. I went for recruitments. They selected me, and I was working as a ground staff. And I was bullied a lot. I was bullied because I was 20, 21 years old, doing the same work as in a lot of seniors were doing. I had days when I was shedding tears, not really happy with it. And I got my salary almost after 3 or 4 months in the job. I left SpiceJet Airlines, and then I thought maybe my interest is towards computers. And that's when I went for Dell and I worked as a technical support assistant. Here's the picture on the left side. I worked as a ground staff and बहुत खुश दिख रहा हूँ मैं इतना खुश नहीं था लेकिन I think I was happy because I got a picture click with one of the celebrities there. And this is a picture when my weight was, this shirt में दिख नहीं रहा है but my waist was 36. I was eating one chocolate truffle in every break. I was happy. Again, I'm saying, guys, I was happy when I was working in Dell. But then I thought there's more to life. Why should I work in this job which is paying me 26,000? शायद और कुछ कर सकता हूँ. And I had only one person, this cab comes because up to the job. This one person in my cab used to tell me, not just one time, couple of times that, I think you should try your hand into modeling and acting. And और किसी ने भी नहीं कहा. In fact, everybody told this is the stupid thing. तो खुश है अपना. You're taking your calls. And I was talking to US and Canada customers. And I was happy, but he was always insisting me. And then I thought, why not? I started writing to a lot of designers in Hyderabad about I want to do this show. And initially, when you're very new, you have to work for free. I started doing a lot of shoots, print shoots for shirts, and but never paid. Walked RAM, and then I realized practically I have this features. I have good eyes, good nose, good lips, good face. Now I need to work on my body, and the next step is I wanted to go to Mumbai and try my luck into acting and modeling because Dell was paying me good, but I feel और भी कुछ कर सकते हैं. And then happened a big transformation. Like I said, I was this is the transformation I've got. So I've lost almost 20 kgs before moving to Mumbai and lost a lot of weight and started my struggles in Mumbai. Came across a lot of issues when I was in Mumbai, staying with 6 people in a 2 BHK and thinking about family. It was the first time that I went there. 6 months. Also, I was happy because I had freedom. I went for the first time from Hyderabad to Mumbai. I could explore, meeting different people. I got this exposure. And at that point of time, I took an MBA college degree as well. Because I used to think, what would people think if I don't become an actor and come back? I used to think what others think all the time. And guess what? That was the stupidest thing I've ever done. Thinking about what others think and do something is the worst thing. I did that. 6 months of MBA. After 6 months of regular auditions, I got my first gig in a TVC. And that was for Malabar Jewelry. And I didn't know, but I happened to suddenly stand besides Kareena Kapoor. And I was like, if this can happen. And that day I took an auto. I had like very little bank balance and still going through a lot. I took this auto. I went there. I didn't know Kareena Kapoor was the celebrity coming for that. And then I happened to click a picture with her. And that time I called my father. So this is a very interesting story. My father and I don't talk much. Even today, once in a while he calls me because I don't know what is it. I'm still figuring it out. I called my father that day. I call him only few times and I tell him that, Dad, I feel something is going to happen. I don't want to do MBA. Let's save this money. And as soon as Marwadi father heard about the money, he said, let's do that. Let's save it. I guess a lot of you can relate with that. So we saved. After like 2 terms of MBA, we stopped. We didn't go for it. I then went all ahead, lost weight, auditions, going, meeting people, whoever I could. I felt like if I can stand besides Kareena Kapoor, I can do something for sure. It took me after 1 year, I got my first break into television serial called Million Dollar Girl. I wasn't the Million Dollar Girl in it. I was playing one of the leads in that. And that show was going really well. मेरी हिंदी बहुत खराब थी because I belong to Hyderabad. And Hyderabad में हैदराबादी बहुत बात करते हैं. So 9 o'clock was the show time. 7 o'clock I used to have a diction coach coming to my house and we used to read this book called चट्टानों में आग. और उसको पढ़ते 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 मेरी हिंदी बहुत अच्छी हो गई है लेकिन शो ऑफ एयर चला गया. But I got my Hindi sorted. So that show got off air and then I was wondering what to do. The show which I just started has got off air. Now something different happened. And the word like today we have come here for rewriting the narratives totally suits to it. I suddenly saw in the newspaper Mr. India 2015 happening. I'll tell you something very secretly. I thought, ye bolu ya na bolu yahan pe, but I want to be really honest with all you guys. My ex-girlfriend, wow, शायद नहीं बोलना चाहिए था. So I asked my ex-girlfriend, look at this. Why don't I go for this? She said, why not? I said, I never thought of getting into pageants and modeling. I said, what if I don't win after losing more weight, get the abs, diet, sab karo in the first round was swimwear trunk round. I said, video will be out, I'll be kicked out in the first round. And I'm not 6'1", 6'2". Other Arjun Rampal, John Abraham were 6'1", I will find 11.5 to be very honest, guys. So she said, so what? You prep and go. And if you don't win, we'll go for eating Maharaja Thali. I said, this is also good. So, over here, I realized I never thought about it. 2 months back, I prepped for Mr. India. I got into top 15. And I called her that day itself also. And she told me, it's okay if you don't win. It's alright. Let's go back, have Thali. So when you have somebody who is such a support to you, not saying that go get a girlfriend, guys. It could be your brother, it could be a friend, but one support system can always be really helpful. And I ended up winning Mr. India. And guess what? Kareena Kapoor happened to come again. Of course, she didn't recognize me. I did though. And I won Mr. India 2015. So when this happened to me, I realized this is something I've never thought about. And then the contract says I have to represent India now at Mr. World. I didn't get any prize money for Mr. India, to be honest. I thought I'll prepare one entire year, give my time. You know how precious is time. And I am not going to win Mr. World because guys from all over different parts of the world are going to come there, who are so good looking. And I also went through everybody's profile. They were so good looking. The locations in abroad, when they click the pictures, you see how it is in India. Elsewhere, I felt, ये कैसे होने वाला है? ये तो नहीं होने वाला. I'm going to waste 1 year. Rather, I can do something. I told my organization that, listen, what, I don't want to go because I'm not going to win it. They said, now you have signed the contract. You have to go. But now then I thought, ये 6 महीने, I prepped so much for Mr. World. And that's when something called at the right place, right time, when the right opportunity comes to you, things happen. I think I met the right person, right stage, and I ended up winning Mr. World 2016. And this is something I never ever thought in my life. A guy from Ramkot, if you go back to my first picture, a Marwadi guy, if you ask that boy at that point of time, you'll go to London and you compete with all the other contestants in the world and you win in London, Mr. World, and you'll have Ashtak and all those big newspaper flashes coming in your mobile like it comes every day and saying that Rohit Khandelwal, the first Asian to win Mr. World. I thought this could never be possible. but it was possible. So, and after winning Mr. World, I got this opportunity to travel with different Miss Worlds to different locations. I traveled to Philippines, South Africa. We promoted beauty with purpose, something that the brand works for. And yes, this happened to me. It's not talking too much about the story. I promised myself that I'm going to talk about the values and the experience that I can share with you all today. I have changed different jobs. I have done different things. Change is the only constant, I realized. So, must be like 8-10 minutes I've been talking to you guys. You saw I changed different jobs. I changed my body. I changed the way I talk. My Hindi's got better, the exposure. So I believe change is the only constant. And change also happens when it comes to people, friends, a lot of things. Accepting change is the most difficult thing. But once you can do that and believe in it, it can work wonders in your life. And if you ever, I feel anybody has something that they want to try it on, I think they should go for it. Because I went for it and I've got what I never ever thought could be possible. Because also on the other side, I thought was worse to happen. Maharaja tha likha lunga jaake, or something else can happen. If there is nothing to lose, just go for it. You have the time, you have the age, you never know. And magical things happen in life. Next thing, gratitude and daily practices. I have a prayer that I do every single day. I'm a somebody who's into meditation. I'm not saying you have to meditate, but the moment you start counting things you're grateful about, all of us sitting over here, we are able to talk, walk, do things that we want, even smallest of smallest things. If you can make a list of it and can do it every single day. Now, I'll tell you one habit that I want to share with you all. I have in my notes, I have 10 people I've wrote who I was close to and couldn't get the opportunities due to illness, due to certain reasons. And when I go back to them, and they're very somebody who were close to me, I just think about if I have this, I should be extremely grateful. Not just this. So this daily practices of writing, journaling something I do has really helped me. Has helped me throughout the process. Of course, there has been a lot of downs, a lot of ups and downs. And whenever I used to be low about it, these practices have always helped. Work hard and art of surrender. So surrender is a word I think my most favorite word is this. Like even today's TED talk, I prepped for it. I'm here and I've surrendered it. And I don't know how it goes. I don't mind it going wrong because I've surrendered it. So once you surrender after your preparation, let anything happen. Do not worry much. And surrender is the word also I would like to connect for my Mr. World journey. Those 1 month of 6 months to 1 year that I prepped for Mr. World, and when I was going to London, my parents started calling me, my brothers, cousins, everybody, and telling me that you have to win, you got it in you. I have given 1 year. And if I go with this thinking of every single day that I have to win, I want it badly, I won't get it. I told to myself then, Kim, this is what I can do for 1 year. I gave it my all. I worked really hard. And for me, I am already Mr. World. I don't need to achieve anything. So once you do your bit, it's done. You have achieved it. You don't really have to go for it. Now what I can do is enjoy this journey. I don't have to become anything else to show that I've got it in me because I prepped for it. And that showed. That really showed. I don't think so on the stage of finale, even for a second, I was nervous. Not even I'm at this moment right now because once you're prepped and you surrender, life becomes easy. So I would suggest the same thing to you all. Whatever you do your bit and just leave the rest. So surrender really worked out for me. I think I might just get a tattoo on this word. Only person you need validation is from your own self and don't self-sabot. Okay, this last line was not needed, but only person you need validation is your own self. Okay. So I I have uh, got to understand this word very late in my life because we all have been born like this. Okay, somebody's coming, behave this way. Somebody's doing that, do this. वैलिडेशन का थप्पा लगता है सबके ऊपर कि ये चाहिए, but you don't need that. You just need to validate yourself. You do it for yourself and leave the rest. And once I understood this concept, life became easy for me. Struggles became easy for me, and I really don't think so. I need to impress anyone, and nobody needs to as well. If you like my speech, that's great, and if you don't, that's fine. Absolutely fine. So validation is something I don't think so. Uh, People, the sooner they learn it, it's better. It's okay to change the route. So yeah, it's okay to change the route. I have changed my routes every now and then. Recently, I've done a web show. I have another web show which I'm prepping for, and I have some business ideas to start. I started off from a SpiceJet airline to Dell to doing different things. Absolutely happy with my life, whatever I did. I might get into direction also after 2 3 years. Might get into production as well, or might get into something altogether a different thing. Absolutely. So it's fine to change the route. We have always been taught that अच्छा ऐसे ये स्टेज में उन्होंने ये किया तो मुझे भी ये करना चाहिए, and he's done that, let me do this also at this point of time. It's fine to do the way you want to do it. Just follow your heart. And I don't want to take much time. The last and the most important thing that I want to tell, listen to this very carefully. When I went to Bombay, I said myself, if I'm not happy, I'll go back to Hyderabad and do even a BPO job or work anywhere small, but I want to be happy. When my foundation became happiness, that no matter what, if something is not giving me that, I'll leave everything. I can still go back to Hyderabad, do a BPO job, get married to a woman, have kids, still have a beautiful life. So when you work from the foundation of happiness, everything else become easy. Thank you so much.